Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Facebook Live this week. We have all of our children here today. We don't
Yeah.
have them all the time. Sometimes they're at their other parents, but we have 7 kids. So I'm hoping they're all not streaming right now because it might take down our internet. But we're doing the best that we can
Oh
with
yeah.
everyone here. So we have a lot of cool stuff to cover. Um, First, I just wanted to mention that the main newsletter came out this weekend.
Yeah.
So if you didn't notice it, go to your email and check your email. And if you don't have it, then you need to subscribe to the mailing list.
Yeah.
It's my job to convince everyone to subscribe. But seriously, it's posted on our Facebook page as well, on the White Wizard Games Facebook page. And we don't do newsletters that often, so they tend to be like super full of news. We've never wanted to like be that person that's like emailing you multiple times a week and things like that. So, and you can also subscribe if you're just curious and interested. If you're my mom and you're watching at whitewizardgames.com, you can enter your email if you really want to get my emails.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, she said she watches sometimes, but she hasn't said hi yet. So I also wanted to mention. Oh, all right. Well, that graphic is not exactly the way that I was hoping it would be, but I will pop on there. I wanted to mention that we're doing a Facebook RPG game over on the Hero Realms discussion group. So if you want to find that group, you just search in the Facebook bar for Hero Realms discussion group. And in that group, 3 times a week, we're advancing a storyline of a half demon wizard, and it's super cool. And each time, there's a very detailed story. I'm not going to read it because I don't want to have any more technical difficulties here, but here's an example of today. This was posted this morning. This is an example of the questions that you can vote on today as the story progresses. The story and the writing is awesome. It's created by Super Awesome Games. We're working with them because they're really good at this kind of stuff. And so, yeah, so if you want to vote and you want to have a say and you want to even figure out who Sally is, head on over there and follow that because it's really fun. So that was that. And then, okay, Rob, I'm going to hand over to you to talk a little bit about, I'm going to talk about the new expansions we have in our apps. And then also this morning, the doorbell rang and I was like, oh, I wonder who's at the door because no one comes to the door usually nowadays. And it was a delivery from one of our factories. So we'll be showing some things a little bit later in the live stream. So just to
Yeah.
keep everyone on, that we literally got this. I was like, Rob, look, we can show this in the live stream.
Nice timing.
I
Nice timing.
ripped
Yeah.
it open. So anyways, Rob, if you want to chat about the expansions, we do have, let me see if unfortunately the graphics are gonna cut you off, but if you'd like, I can still. I think maybe we don't
That's all right.
focus on the duels cards. We just show the print and play really quick.
Sure. So we have a lot going on with the apps. Our digital team has been hard at work, and also with Epic. We have made a print and play for our backers. So both Epic Digital and Star Realms Digital had updates. In Epic, we've added the duel set online, so you can play with the duels cards in all the different formats. You can include them in. They're included in your dark drafting pool. You can add them. They're legal for constructed, and with the one exception of the arena that was already in progress. We're going to finish up that arena. Then duels will be in the upcoming. We also, and you can also play just duels in the beginner mode. Duels is 60 new cards. They, as you'll see, playing, they are great cards, totally viable for picking in draft or for putting into your constructed deck, but they are designed to be relatively easy to understand. So they only use 4 of the different mechanics in the game, and we tend to avoid like super complicated interactions on them. So the set is designed to be a great place for new players to start out. So if you're new to Epic, you can try out the beginner mode and just play with the duels cards, and it's a smaller card set to wrap your head around. But if you're an advanced player, we just added 60 really cool tournament viable cards to the game, so that will definitely shake things up in your drafting, in your sealed decks, and in constructed. So that's super cool. And for the Kickstarter backers, if you backed the Jungle Kickstarter, which also was Star Realms High Alert, and it doesn't matter whether you backed for just for the Epic, or you backed just for the Star Realms, or you're getting everything. Everybody who backed that Kickstarter has access to the print and play for duels. So you'll be getting the awesome physical copies, later this year when we have that ready. But in the meantime, you have the print and play. You can print it out, play that at home. We wanted to. We know a lot of people are stuck at home with a little extra time to game, and our games are awesome 2-player. So you can print that out and play it at home. In the Star Realms app, we just had an update come out, which has the events from the Frontiers Kickstarter. They came, if you backed the physical Kickstarter, they were the events that came in the promo pack. And I really enjoy playing with events. They're definitely add a level of sort of randomness to the game, because out of nowhere, an event, when you buy something or scrap a card in the trade row, suddenly a new card will hit the table. If that card's an event, something random is going to happen that will have an impact on the game. It could be good, could be bad. It affects all the players, sometimes in the same way, sometimes in different ways, but everyone's affected. Events give you something to fish for late in the game. Like if you're like, okay, wow, the game situation is not good for me right now. You can later in the game, you can just buy a bunch of stuff out of the trade row, hoping to hit an event that will switch up the game enough to put you back in the running. You can sort of think about and plan around the events that are available in your game. So new event set in Star Realms digital checkout. Also, there's a really cool additional campaign chapter. If you haven't, so some people play almost entirely offline on the campaign, and some people play almost entirely online, live play versus other people. If you're like me and you're sort of a loves to play live versus other people kind of person, this campaign chapter is still definitely worth checking out. There's some cool new stuff that's going on in it. It's a lot of fun. So that I don't want to spoil any of the cool stuff that happens in it, but you should when you get the new set, definitely check out the campaign chapter. It's definitely worth the playthrough. I think we have a couple different events here we can show from.
Yeah.
And
I didn't want to obliterate you while you're talking.
No, it's all good. Yeah. So
this is what happens when Tuesday is a Monday. We might not have tested as much as we should have on Tuesday, so that we didn't have to scramble on a Monday morning. But anyways,
I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day. By the way. So here's the Super Flare event, this one has a subtle but can be surprisingly powerful effect of shuffling your discard pile into your deck. So, certain times in the game, if you've got some good stuff that you just purchased, shuffling that discard pile into your deck, will allow you to draw those cards that much sooner. And then, of course, everybody draws a card, which can keep your turn going. And let's see, we got the next one. This one is an example of a card where it affects different players in different ways. So the person who's currently taking their turn gets their choice between trade and combat, and their opponent will get authority and draw card. So this and there's a bunch of different events in there as well. So definitely check out the set on Star Realms, and of course all our expansions on the digital app are very cheap. I think this one's like $1.99 I think that's right. So not not a lot of money. Yeah. Okay, what do we want to handle next?
So we were gonna I guess
our cool new toy. Yeah. All right. So we are constantly working with our printers on the various things that we have in production. We've been working with our printer to get some different samples of foil cards for the Deluxe Nova collection. This is something we had on Kickstarter at the beginning of the year. The Deluxe Nova collection is basically the first block of the Star Realms set. It has the base set. It has Crisis. It has the Gambits. It has the Heroes of. It has the Gambits. It has the heroes and events and etc. from Crisis. So and the promo pack one. So
beautiful box.
Beautiful, yeah, in a big beautiful box with all foil cards and score dials, etc. So we are working on the foiling process, basically seeing how we want to see how different when we apply the foiling stuff, how does that come out, so that we can tweak our print files. So basically, when you print something, you create digital files for it. And those get submitted to the printer, and there's all kinds of like technical stuff on the way it looks on your computer screen is not how it would look when it's printed. You've got to worry about color saturations and ink combinations and all kinds of stuff when printing. And foil cards add another layer to that, literally, where there basically is a foil layer on the card, and then there's like an opacity layer that you can put over the card to prevent or reduce the amount of shine you get in that particular spot on the card. So seeing how that all comes together with actual cards. Also, we want to figure out what cardstock to use, because we want the cards to not only look great but feel great. And the foiling process does make the cards a little bit thicker. So we did our first test run with this, where we have a couple different card stocks, and we tried a particular foiling method, and we applied it to a bunch of different cards. And we this morning, as Debbie said, we got the doorbell rang, and we got.
It was actually Alexa. She was like, "There's somebody at your front door." So being home in quarantine, we finally got the doorbell working. We haven't had a doorbell for 5 years. So Rob, finally we went out and we got a Ring doorbell, and then we figured out how to hook it up. And for the first time, it told me someone was at the front door.
So we've got some sample foil cards here. Now I want to stress, this is not the final application that we're going to do. We were testing. We know where we put the various opacities and stuff on the cards. We're going to look at it, say, okay, what worked, what didn't. Do some tweaks, and then do continuing passes. But here's trying to get the lighting here. Here is a Viper, which I'm not doing a very good job of getting the light on. Tricky.
Yeah, it looks more.
It looks much more awesome in person. I'm trying to get the angle such that you can see it, but and here is the Corvette.
Oh yeah, that one.
You can almost see it, but and I got a battle station here, and we did like an event card, so we have cards of all the different types, so we can check out how the foiling process is looking. And again, this looks really dark and hard to see on this Facebook stream, but they look really cool in person. And
CEO Torres.
Oh yeah, sure. We got here's an example of a hero card, and again, trying to play with the light so you guys can see a little bit of how it looks in
Yeah, unfortunately, the light we have to light us up is
it's a
very
little
glaring
challenging
for photos,
for that.
so I can try taking some pictures later.
But yeah, so we have and we have this in a couple different card stocks. This one is 305 gram black core. We also are testing 300 gram ivory core, which is kind of the ivory core stuff are physically thicker. But the foiling process looks exactly the same. It's just sort of like I doubt we'll be able to see anything here, but you can. These are just the two different stocks, which I doubt
so
you can see a thing.
The inside of the card is a different.
Yeah.
color.
So basically, if some cards, if you rip them open, you'd see like a opaque material in the middle of it, and others, others it's white throughout, and they also have different sort of thicknesses, etc. So we're playing around with different materials, etc., to try and get the right look and feel to those cards. So really exciting for us to see samples, and each pass of the samples are always exciting because you're like, okay, last time it came out like this, and we changed this thing and that thing, and seeing how those hopefully improve every time. Sometimes you'll try something and it doesn't have the effect that you want. But so this iterative process is something that we do with all our products, and
Randy is looking forward to seeing them. Sorry, we got to see them first. Randy.
Yeah. So
here in the office, we usually wait till like the people that worked on the product are all there, and then we open it together. Or Randy opens it first.
Yeah, and Randy's been hard at work on the on this foiling process, so he's going to be very interested in to actually have the cards in his hand to see how things worked out. And Randy and I'll be going back and forth playing around with all kinds of different stuff. I'll keep him hard at work.
We'll drop some off to you.
Yeah, but yeah, awesome job with those, Randy. And so yes, that process is moving forward. We're going to be getting doing samples of the dials and the board and basically all the components. Of course, we're going to be doing this type of process with, just wanted to give you guys a little peek behind the curtain to see how that's going.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that like now that we're doing the Facebook Lives is going to be really fun because a lot of times we get samples in and we're really super busy, and like sometimes we'll take a video and then we'll be too busy and it doesn't get posted up. So this way, every week, if we get something new in, we can show you, which I think is going to be really cool. Because we'll have the setup, we'll be ready to go. So it's just during certain times of the year we get a lot more stuff in. So, but as stuff comes in, we'll show you more stuff.
Yeah. Okay. What do we have next on the
sorcerer? Oh, yeah. So we're not going to show anything today, but next week we're going to share more stuff. But could you give an update on the
Sure. So we're getting the various pieces together, ready to make the sorcerer Kickstarter beautiful and ready to go. We're locked down to the point where we know we're going to be launching the Kickstarter in the first half of June. Next week we should have an update for you on tighten that date up a little bit, but we're getting very close on the Kickstarter stuff, we have lots and lots of awesome content in there. It's going to have 2 new characters, 2 new lineages, and 2 new domains, plus the Endbringer set, which allows for solo and cooperative play. Tons of new content in there, and we planned out a bunch of stretch goals available to add new content to the game. So that Kickstarter will be coming next month, very soon. So coming in June. Not long to wait now.
Yeah, we just started doing some pre-marketing, so a lot of people are like, "When's it happening?" So yeah, that's. So let's see a couple. Oh, I just wanted to mention on the Nova collection, I know no matter how much I do marketing, there's always people who are like, I missed the Kickstarter. I did not know about this. If you are interested in that Nova collection and you missed the Kickstarter, I just wanted to mention that we do still have late backer available on our e-commerce store. Katie can post the link down below on the White Wizard Games Facebook page.
And importantly, that particular product is not going into general distribution, so it's not going to be something, some stores of course back the Kickstarters, so some stores may have a limited supply of those because they're backing as retailers, but it's not going to be something we put into distribution. Basically, Star Realms is a very inexpensive, quick, fast game. We wanted to sort of keep that messaging to sort of the general public at large. Oh, Star Realms is like, $15-20 to pick up a deck and you can play and have tons of fun. We didn't want to confuse them and they think, oh, Star Realms, I guess that's a big, expensive game. This big expensive set is because it's, it's deluxe. All the cards are foil. There's super nice components. This is something for the super fans, so it's available through Kickstarter. And as Debbie pointed out, if you missed the Kickstarter, you can jump in and late back, but it's not something that's going to be available through the normal retail channels. Stores can back and get some, but this is this is intended for for our super fans out there, so you can do the Kickstarter or the light backing.
Yeah, and I'll mention that if you're a retail store and you're interested, just contact me, Debbie at White Wizard Games, and same on the Hero Realm stuff. We had a retailer kit, and because of how everything's gone down, if you're still interested in that, just email me and we can get you information on that. So we have like retailer kits that come with multiple games. We have someone who's dying to give us their money and wants to know how much Sorcerer is going to cost so that they know how much to set aside. I know you hate that question,
it'll be basically the pricing is similar to the first Sorcerer Kickstarter. So we have a combo deal, etc. If you haven't played Sorcerer before, or we can just get the new content. But yeah, you'll have the exact pricing soon. But it's in the same general ballpark as the first Sorcerer Kickstarter, just to give you the zone that you're shooting for.
Yeah. And I just want to comment. There's a question here from Mikhail. I hope I'm not totally mispronouncing your name, that he missed the beginning, but he wanted to know about the European shipments for the Hero Realm backers. So what happened with Europe was anyone outside of a couple of countries. So initially we were shipping to, when things opened back up at Games Quest in the EU, they were shipping to just 2 regions. And the reason for that is there's like a lot of surcharges and things happening in other countries. So they held back on the other countries, and we reviewed with them. We said that we would accept the surcharges, so that wasn't any additional cost to the backers. So that's the good news. The only downside was, for whatever reason, when those shipments went out to the other regions, they did not get tracking numbers. They did not get tracking emails, and some of them don't have tracking. We don't have tracking numbers for them, but we do have a spreadsheet where we can look up and see the status of your order. So if you haven't got your order, if you haven't got your order and you haven't got your email and you're worried, you can wait a few more days. It's probably on the way. But if you really want to know and make sure it got shipped out, you can email support@whitewizardgames.com and let them know your Kickstarter email. We can look up your order and let you know what the status is. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to give you access to that spreadsheet. So yeah, but most likely it's on the way.
Yeah.
And I hope you get it soon. We're super excited for everyone to play the new stuff. If you don't have the new stuff, I wanted to mention again, last week I said this was going to go live, and it is now live. Girls Game Shelf, which is a community. It's not just for girls. It might seem like it from the name, but it's girls create the content. So females create the content. It's a female perspective on gaming, and they do videos and blog posts and live streams, and they're giving away a Lost Village tier for Hero Realms. My friend Anna Maria accidentally, she backed it, and another person in her house backed it. So they have an extra set in there. She said, let's do a giveaway. So they're doing a giveaway. So if you're interested in that, you can go check out that. That's posted on our Facebook page and on their Facebook page. And Katie can probably drop a link below. And then also I wanted to mention that those new products, so the Hero Realms Journeys, the the Ancestry Pack, the Lost Village, the next chapter in the campaign. Those will be coming to retail this summer, so we'll be sharing more information, and you'll get that information in the newsletter. But starting in June, July, and August, it'll be rolling out. You can pre-order on our website as well. And if you're a retailer or a distributor, if you're a retailer and you're opening back up, you can pre-order the new products now, so they're available for pre-order. And you can also, talk to us if you, like I said, we had a retailer kit that was direct to retailers, which, we would be happy to extend that to people if they were interested right now.
I see a question has popped up about Epic Jungle Kickstarter. And future of Epic. So we have summarized super quickly on where the Epic Kickstarter is. Where we have basically all the card files, etc. All the content is done. We've been a bunch of files are with the printer already, and we're getting samples created to make sure. And these are stuff that we've printed before. So my expectation is this will not be a heavily iterative process with the printing. It's, they're going to print it, look at it, and, knock on wood, it's going to be, yep, these look great. Go ahead and start, printing the mass quantities on it. We are, obviously, shipping is a little tricky right now. So we're looking at various shipping options to try and figure out what's the most efficient way to get stuff into backers' hands. So we're looking at that process. So my expectation ballpark, I'm thinking we're going to be looking at August for delivery to backers. That's obviously, there's a lot of moving parts, especially right now with the COVID situation. So that's just a guess, but I think, that's where we're going to end up. It's a little bit late, but I think that the product looks super awesome. And if you, and we put duels in print and play so if you're a Kickstarter backer for the Epic Jungle Kickstarter, you can just go on there and look at the update. There's a update which has information on the print and play. So you can print the duels cards and print them at home, play them at home. You just stick them in card sleeves. And duels, of course, we also put available in the Epic digital app. And we're going to be, for Epic's future, we're going to be putting, continuing to put work in the Epic digital app to get all the sets and stuff in there. We're working on some organized play stuff, getting more tournaments and things into the app. And once we have these last tweaks to the app the way we want them, we'll be doing some advertising for the app itself to bring in new players. And I think digital is a really great, provides some really great possibilities for the future of Epic card game. I personally love Epic a ton, and people who are like strategy card gamers, we tend to get really good responses on Epic 4, but it's not an every person game. Oh, here's our daughter.
Hi.
Hey Daisy, come on in. So yeah, we're going to be doing stuff with the app, and we'll see how it goes. But so far, I've been really enjoying the app play.
Okay, one of our other kids seeing if we want her to drag her.
And this upcoming Sorcerer stuff, really beautiful. Definitely check that out. We'll of course talk about that on next week's live stream as well.
Yeah, we're going to be sharing some more content on Sorcerer. I had a question here: dividers for Sorcerer.
Yeah, so that's a cool stretch goal idea. Or add-on idea. Basically, currently Sorcerer comes with so cardboard dividers that are on the punch board with the stuff there. They're very nice, but but we only have one for the category of character, lineage, and domain. But the individual sets don't have dividers. So that's a possibility we can definitely look at for printing out dividers for each of the individual decks. I'd of course have to check the spacing in the box and materials to make sure it's practical. But yeah, I mean that's something we can definitely look at. I can price out and see what see what it would look like.
You got this comment from Alex. All right. So I think there was one other question here. Oh, storage. So the Adventure Storage Box will be going to retail. So, and you, like I said, you can pre-order it on our website as well. But it will be in retail. It's going to be in retail a little bit later in the year. I think the date's in August, but we'll be including that in the next newsletter, the actual retail dates for those. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think if any, hey Chandler, thank you everyone for joining. We really appreciate it. But we gotta go play with our daughter now. You ready to play, Daisy?
I want to play.
Yeah.
You wanna say hi to everyone or bye to everyone? So thank you everyone. We really appreciate people coming. We love having this way to share information, and we're going to do our best, like we chatted about, sharing as much new information as we can here. Yeah.
Bye everybody. Thank you.
Thanks. Oh, exclusivity of promos. So can you just
our general promo policy, when we make something that's Kickstarter exclusive, if you're like reading the notes at the bottom of the Kickstarter, the art, that art is Kickstarter exclusive. However, in the future we may make remake those cards in with new artwork, same game mechanics, same card name, but new artwork. So the original Kickstarter exclusive version will be forever identifiable by its original artwork, but the new cards, new versions of them will be made with new artwork down the road. It's not soon, like we tend to wait a couple of years ago or more. So we have like the promo pack one out available, and we're looking at
promo pack now.
for adding to the adding to retail. But the answer is it's exclusive for quite a while as Kickstarter only to get the content in it at all, and then eventually a new artwork version will be included in some retail product down the road. But your Kickstarter exclusive version will forever be identifiable as cool and unique by its artwork. Oh, okay, guys.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you later. See you next week.